for task 2, we are to serve a page with Nginx. Okay, so building on your work in the previous tasks, configure Nginx to serve your page from the route Airbnb1 page. So now we need to configure Nginx. We've already done the Nginx task, so we don't need to really install Nginx or any other thing. But if you haven't, you can just do maybe sudo apt install Nginx on your web server. So let's just first SSH into our web 01, SSH web 01, and then let's wait for that to log in, and let's see what we are required to do. Nginx must have the page both locally and on its port IP on its public IP on port 80. All right, so I'll clean this. If I do which Nginx, you see that I have Nginx installed in my SBin. Yes, so what we do is normally we have a default file in etc Nginx sites available, right? Sites available. If we check, we should have a default file, and the default file will consider a server configuration. We've already done a server configuration that provides the what's it called, that this in at port 80, and also this one is the redirection, this is error page, and yeah, this one I think we didn't add anything yet. Okay, so this one serves as the error page and all that. So basically we're just going to edit this guy, okay, and do as we want it to be. So Nginx, so since this one has already been linked to the site enabled, so we don't need to enable it again, because if I check my list -l dot sites enabled, you see that I have my default, which is being linked to the site available. Okay, so we have a link for it there, so which means it has been enabled already. All right, so what I would do is sudo vi default, and I would change the default settings. So basically we have Nginx must have, okay, it's okay now. Nginx must have the page both locally on its IP on port 80. So we have to make it serve local data, I guess. And then Nginx should use proxy request to get the process listing on port 5000. Include your Nginx configuration file as. So this file will then save it inside this file. Okay, so I'll go through it one by one, and then we'll see what is really going on. Okay, so maybe it's best we, let me just delete these guys. I don't need this guy, I don't need all these guys. Let's see, let me delete this one. I need this. Okay, let's try this, and let me delete these ones. Good. So first we'll say that it should listen at port 80. Definitely we want the server, for the Nginx server, to be listening at port 80, and also we want the Nginx server to let me do this and say this, or let me give this a space. Basically I love giving it 4 indentation here, so 1 2 3 4, and then the other guy, so we should listen at this port 80, and that should be default server, and also should listen at port, any port 80, and also our default server. So let me just 1 2 3 4. So say listen on port 80. So it has to listen on port 80, and we do for ports like normal port 80 and any other IP address. This one will be for probably IP address version 6. So this one will be for normal IP address, and this one will be for version 6. So you can add that okay, this is for IP version 6 only, and you say is equals to 1. Okay, so this one will set for version 6 only. Good. So we have this guy for port 80, and then let's go to the next one. Okay, so let me put 1 2 3 4 for space. So for this server name, let me copy it, WDE, and paste it here. Okay, and let me give it 1 2 3 4. So instead of all server, I'm going to use my current server. So the underscore mean like all server. I'll just use my web 01 IP address and copy it. So come here and paste it here. Okay, good. So that is done. So this one is the IP address of your. So this one is the IP address of your domain name. Let's leave it like that. Obviously, domain name of server. So the IP address of your server will serve as your domain name, and then don't forget to put your semicolon there. So the next thing is x served by, and we have it here. And why I'm using this x served by is because when you check this code, okay, when you call it locally, you see that it includes this x served by and so this x served by, the thing is I'm going to leave it like this, but if it doesn't work, I'll put a space into the floor. Okay, so this is the header name. So this is the custom header name, right? So we have that as well. So I think we're almost done. So this host name will give us the host name, but we could just go to our terminal and echo host name to get our host name, which is this. So we could add this instead of the host name and put it defaultly. But in case we call and it doesn't work, then we'll just have to put it ourselves. So let's go back to our code, and then so we're good with that. So let us remove this guy over here. Okay, so we'll probably just undo error and then do the rest. So leave the location for now, come to the bottom, 2 3 4, and then we'll or let me just delete the location too. Yes, so we'll come to the bottom and we'll undo error 4 error page. Okay, so the back to what we had error page and then 4 you should go to, there's a file called 404.html that this guy would serve. So whenever we have a 404 error, we should go to this part. Okay, we could also use the location block for it. That is a location. Anytime we hit a 404 error, open bracket, close braces, hit space. Okay, anytime we hit this 404 error, then we want you to do something, which is go to the roots and go to var www.html and start from there, and that is an internal code. Okay, so we've done the fall for. So now the main thing now is that we've said that you should listen as port 80. These ones are just the server. It's going to, this configuration is 4, and then this is just handling the error page, and this is just the custom header. In case it's being called, this one will be added to the call. Okay, so now the main point here is we need to say, okay, when our when we have this route in our added to our server, right, we need to now give it this, that what we did in the previous task, which is to save it this hello Airbnb. Okay, without this 5,000. Okay, so we just need to do that. So how do we do that? So what I will do is come up here and say, why is this one? Okay, good. Okay, and then let me put a space here. Okay, so let's say this one is for the to save the, what's the name, Airbnb one page. So copy this guy just so that there's no error there. To save this page, let me remove this extra guy. Okay, to save this page, this route from the Airbnb clone version 2. Okay, to save that. So what we'll do is we'll have another location block that is, but this time around we'll say that anything that matches let me paste it, this Airbnb one page. So anything that matches this, then it should direct them to 1 2 3 4. Okay, so we should direct them to so we use proxy pass for this, and we'll say http dot slash slash this server for 0.0.1 and then the route. Yes, so basically Nginx would normally serve, like if you give it a location without proxy pass, we just give it the location where the file is to be saved, right? But now we are making Nginx like a proxy server, which it would now pass the request to another program, which is Nginx, and then in order to, and then once that one return the request to it, then it now displays it. Okay, so that's what this proxy pass is doing, is passing it to this guy over here. So there's already proxy pass, I think that's is using port 5,000 already. So no, I think we still need to add port 5,000. Yes, I think we need to add port 5,000 so that it will know, because this will not work. So we say port 5,000. So it has to pass it to this port because there's a G unicorn already listening at port 5,000. When it passes it to this part, then it's going to save whatever is on this part to this guy, and then this guy will display it. So this one is just pass. This is the main important thing here. So this guy is just whenever it see anything that is of this, it passes it to a port that is listening to this. Like that, there's a port open 5,000 for this, and then it's displays it. So let me check our configuration engine X-T. So okay, so there's a problem with our configuration. So we're expecting this is 15. So let's see our line 15. Line 15. Yes. Let's see. I think we got it now. What is wrong there? Let me give it a space there. Is it the space that is waiting for what? Oh, sorry. I didn't add my semicolon. I didn't add semicolon to this. I think that's what it's expecting. So I did something there. So yes, let's try again. See if our configuration is okay. Okay, so we're now done internal non-directive internal engineering site in for 21. So let's go to 21 as well. On non-directive in 21. Okay, this internal, right? Um, yes, I didn't spell it well. It should be in T internal. And then let's see again. Configuration. Okay, so it is successful. We don't need to enable it again because to link it again, which is enabling anyway. So what I will do next is to sudo nginx service nginx service nginx restart. So say restart. Okay, and let's see. So it has restarted. So if I call my local host now, you see that we won't have that hello world again because I've changed. I didn't create path for the root, like this root path. I didn't create it that it should serve from my www and where my hello world is. So it's going to serve me my default nginx web page, which is this. Okay, fine. Anyway, maybe I might add that later, but for this task to work, I think it's okay that way. So what I will do next is I'm going to come to this guy and copy this and open up, bind the JUnicorn to our current port 5,000 for that particular file header route. So remember we have to cd into Airbnb version 2 in order to do this. So you have to cd into that and then you copy. So I'll cd into my Airbnb version 2 and I'll paste that link. And then when we run this, it should be listening already. Okay, so I would open another guy, another terminal. I want to open another terminal to call it. So let's see. Okay, so let me use this guy and SSH into our web. Oh, enter. So and then I'll use the other guy to do it locally. So let us wait and see what's going on. Okay, so I think this one is cool. So we can just copy it. Yes, it's on the second window as you can see. So we are supposed to have LAPMB. Where is it? Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, and then I'll paste it. So enter. So it's working here. So the next thing we still need to confirm this guy if it's going to give us this. So on our normal terminal, which is our local terminal, that is not our server. So I'll come here, paste this. Okay, and then we'll wait to see what response we get. Oh, sorry, oh, my IP address is different, so I have to use my IP address. So same thing but different IP, and then enter. So we can see extract by this and everything is working fine, right? So very cool. So the next one is, I think, this without the SI, and then we have the LOMBMB on this. So it's working fine. So all we need to do now is, let me cancel this and then copy the configuration file. So I'll copy this guy over here. And then I'll paste it in my file. So let me just exit this and I'll seed into my ALX system OX1A application server. Good. So what I'll do is I'll copy. Let me just vi a file called 2. I'll rename it later, so I can paste that one and then recopy something else because I don't want to lose what I copied. Okay, so vi2, enter and paste it. So we have it here and save and quit. So what we'll do next is I'll copy the file name, which is 2app server this, and I'll rename this one. So to rename, let's say move to this. Okay, I've renamed it. So if we cut our 2 now, we should have it there, and then let me hit add, git commit, push it. Is the git commit working? Anyway, I've pushed it. So while that is loading, so once it pushes, I'm going to check our code to see if it works. Still waiting over here. Okay, there's an error. Let's try again. Maybe access token has expired. Okay, that's it. It's the network. So let us check our code and see. Okay. So as you can see, it worked, and I'll see you in the next one.